What you are looking at is the Nikon CoolPix 8800. This is my third time recording this video, so I'm going to try and make it very quick because I ran it over by about 2.5 minutes. Suffice it to say, one of my relatives asked me to play with this so I could teach them how to use it. I've been taking a lot of pictures with it lately, and I like it a lot. I haven't tested low lighting conditions yet, so I might test that tomorrow. The Nikon CoolPix 8800. The very first thing that I like about this camera, up front you see the hand grip. That is very nice. This camera's not terribly heavy, but it's about a pound, and you do notice the weight, especially after you've been holding it for a little while. So besides that and the 10x optical zoom lens, which you see on the front, is positively gigantic. At least it's gigantic for me. I'm not used to seeing these types of cameras. I'm used to seeing the more compact, fit in your pocket point and shoot types like the Canon Digital ELPH, which is what my relative currently uses. I haven't gotten into all the features of this camera. I don't think I will, but it's nice to have something with this type of control because I have had 4 years of graphic artist experience, video production as well. So, you know, I don't want the camera to do everything for me. But overall, I like the design. Let's take a look here at the top real quick. You have your LCD for information. You have your mode dial. This does do videos as well. Very, very nice videos, by the way. I haven't blown them up. From what I could see on the screen, though, they looked great. Sound was adequate. It was certainly a lot better than my camera phone, I'll give you that. The little top door up here is the flash. Behind that is the accessory shoe, which I don't think I would use, so that's not important to me. At least I don't think I'd use it initially, mainly because of the price of accessories. This barrel here is where the 10x optical zoom lens is located. Very nice lens. Power switch, flash control, I don't know what that is. I think something having to do with the audio. Here's a picture of the camera with the flash up and the zoom out. Once again, 10x optical zoom, and the flash pops out automatically by itself if the light is too low to obtain an adequate shot. If we take a look at the back, we have our jog dial and a fair amount of configuration buttons for. One of the nice things that I like about this camera is the ability to quickly view your photo at the second you take it. You can take a look at it, thumbnail up in the upper left hand corner, press quick again, and it'll do full size. Press quick a third time, it takes you back to your shooting mode. And this allows you to have a view of the picture so that you don't have to switch between modes with the dial, thus using battery power, using time, and it's just quicker if you feel that you need to redo your shot. I think above that is the self timer, or below that, excuse me, is the self timer. Above that, I believe, is a menu switch. Down below that is a display and viewing mode that allows you to turn on and off various information relating to the picture. If I'm speaking too fast, please forgive me. Again, I'm trying to rush through this so I can get it within the time limit. You have a focus knob up here next to your viewfinder, which I haven't used because I use the LCD a lot more, just in general with digital cameras because it's a lot easier for me to see it. You have your telephoto and wide-angle zoom. You have a dial up below the mode dial. This one here, I don't know exactly what that's for. I think it might be having to do with the lens manual focus. Again, I could be wrong. This camera is going to be used primarily as a replacement point and shoot, I think, so I won't need to worry about super advanced features, at least not initially, so I didn't really take the time to get into that at the moment. This button here, I think, is for switching between the LCD and the viewfinder. The jog dial, obviously, is for your navigation. The door on the right is for your compact flash card. That's pretty much it on the back. One of the things I like about the LCD is if you see here, you can twist it around and bring it around front so that you can have a self-portrait. And if you're doing video recording, which again, like I said, this does do video recording, I thought it did a pretty good job. It was better than my camera phone, certainly. Overall, I think it did a very nice job with the video, and you can do self-portrait video and pictures that way. This is smaller than I expected because if we take a look here, this is a typical SLR, I believe, on the left. Excuse me. And you can see the 8800 is a lot smaller. And you can see the overall size of the 8800 in this picture. Again, it's not it's no pocketable, but it's certainly not a super heavyweight either. Again, like I said, it's somewhere on a pound. You have two buttons here. You have your autofocus. At least I think that's your autofocus. I don't really touch it, because I figure if there's going to be a point and shoot, it's best you just leave everything alone. Behind that, of course, I want to learn the features, but I know the relative who is currently in possession of this camera does not. Behind that is your vibration reduction, which is basically an image stabilizer, which is nice because the relative who has this camera, the one that they had before this, the Canon Digital ELPH, did not have the image stabilization, and the image quality was only 3 megapixels. This one is 8. So overall, I'd like to have something like this. There were a couple of gripes about it. First and foremost, and most importantly, the size of the LCD screen. I would prefer it to be at least 3 inches. 2.5 would be acceptable, but I would prefer 3. This has to do with my visual condition. What's more, maybe something a little bit smaller. Something that does good video. And something a little bit cheaper. I did not get the price on this. I was trying to look for that because this camera is a few years old. I could not get the price. I'm assuming it is rather expensive. And because the camera that I'm looking at, I haven't made up my final decision yet, but the one that I'm looking at, that I'm looking at, my decision will be put on a birthday list, and I don't want to overburden my relatives with having to spend too much on little old me. So again, something similar to this. It doesn't have to be exact. Also, what is Nikon using in place of the 8800 at this point? Do they have something that is a non-SLR, yet still relatively high-end general consumer camera that is similar to this in design? I'd like to know about it. Also, if anybody else, Pentax, Fuji, Sony, Canon, Nikon, any of them, or yeah, any of them, if they have something, let me know. I'd like to hear about it. And if anybody has any experiences with these types of cameras and can give me a hand, I would be more than appreciative of that. Thank you for watching. Comments are welcome. All negative comments will be deleted. Please keep your comments to the subject matter at hand. Thank you for watching once again. If you want to get these pictures, you just go to Google, you type in Nikon CoolPix 8800 and go to the images results here, and that'll give you that. Anyway, thank you for watching, and have a nice evening.